Welcome back to the Life of a Fit Pro podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Anderson. And listen up, this topic took on a whole new life form like 30 minutes before I pressed play. If there was one topic that I think about almost every single day, it's this. My friends, I'm here to de-influence you from quitting your job to pursue your side hustle. And I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I literally, my entire life coaching journey, every time that we were in dyads or triads and coaching each other, this is the topic that I would bring up because millennials, and there's just so much hype. I'm getting served video after video of people my age or even a little bit older who are leaving corporate and pursuing their passions and making money from their side hustles. And here we go, we're celebrating being an influencer. And I love it. And I wanted that. And to some degree, if we're being honest, I still want that. I would rather spend my entire day being a fitness professional than having to have a corporate job in addition to being a fitness professional. And maybe this is hitting at the right time. Maybe you also have what we call a side hustle or a side gig, which if we're being honest, it's literally like having two full-time jobs, okay? But we'll talk about that. If this has been hitting you, if this has been something on your heart, in your head, in your gut, let's have a chat because I somehow in preparation for this podcast where I was going to tell you to quit your job, and here's my journey to quitting my job, I flipped the script. Now I have 10 reasons not to quit your full-time corporate job in pursuit of your side gig. And I can't believe I'm telling you this. But this is how real it is, and this is how things can change so quickly. Okay, some people are meant to go all in, okay? I have seen, we'll go with the fitness profession because that's what I'm most acquainted with. I've seen fitness professionals do really well. And honestly, the ones who do the best, and this is no shade because this was literally going to be my situation, are the ones who have a partner or a spouse that works full-time and provides medical coverage, healthcare, all of those different things. Because here's the real truth about being a fitness professional. It doesn't pay like a full-time corporate job. Maybe there are instances where it does, but for the most part, it is literally a side gig. Like you would be living poverty level if you're doing it correctly. Nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it is. I mean, if there is something wrong with that, let's be honest, like being a health provider, a health education provider, being a coach, being a wellness provider, that should be enough to sustain an individual on their own as a full-time job. Because the work that we're doing, even though it is, quote, a side gig or a side hustle, or I'm moonlighting as a fitness professional, it takes up a lot of time. It takes a ton of preparation and it takes a lot of energy. And it is worthy of being a full job, period. It's worthy of it. Do I know people who are doing it as a full-time thing? Sure do. And I think they're doing great. Sometimes they struggle. Sometimes they don't let you see the struggle. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. And if you have financial goals outside of that sphere, it's really hard to keep yourself outside of a corporate job. Okay. Oh, I think we put way too much pressure also with the influencer market, like just sidebar. People being like, I quit my job and retired my husband. Like, okay, what are you talking about? We've put so much pressure on this idea that it's like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not following your passion. Like you got to follow your passion. Don't have a dead end job. Don't be trying to climb the corporate ladder. Like, ew, that's gross. That's chuggy. Like gross people do that. But I'm here to tell you that maybe there's something to it. All right, so I came up with 10 reasons, and I am sure there are more, but these are the 10 that resonated the most with me, and I want to share them with you. All right, number one reason not to quit your day job in pursuit of your passion. Your job pays the bills, so your passion doesn't have to. I cannot tell you, I teach because I love it. If I had to teach to pay my mortgage, I might start to resent it a little bit, or I might get really nervous that I'm not going to be able to do it. It's so variable. There are fitness professionals and there are gigs that maybe you do get that like standard anticipated paycheck. But for the most part, my entire fitness professional career has been variable payments. You cannot even predict what kind of a week you're going to have. You can go look at past data, and ever since I started requiring people to sign up, I'm able to look at that data and see, okay, this is a slow time. I'm going to ease up on the classes. This is a heavy time. I got to double up on the classes because people want it and it's here. But even year over year data, especially after COVID, help me if you are a statistical genius, because I cannot find a rhyme or a reason to it. The August slump, I don't know who she is. The January joiners, that's not my busiest month. So it's just you can't predict it. And with a corporate job, even if it sucks your soul, you are getting that standard paycheck that you can rely on. It allows you to coach from a place of joy and not a place of desperation, like I need to make ends meet. Okay, reason number 2, kind of related, you can be more selective. You don't have to say yes to a gig just because you need to make ends meet. I've said no. I've said no to requests, and I feel confident in doing that because I don't need it to make ends meet. I'm allowed to say, yes, I want to teach that class. Absolutely, I do not want to go there. You make different choices out of desperation. You react differently. You show up differently. And I want to give my clients the absolute best possible side of me as their fitness coach, as their instructor. So I'm taking that out of the equation and staying with a full-time job. And it can be hard. I'm not saying it's the right choice or it's the easiest choice. It's just, here are the facts, my friends. Okay, reason number 3, your career can build skills that you can't necessarily learn in a certification. And it doesn't matter what career you have. You're building communication. You're learning how to work with different personalities. You're learning how to push through a challenge. And all of that translates to your side hustle. I get ideas from my job in higher education to implement into my fitness. Like, I spend so much time crafting and developing rack cards for information to sell. I'm not supposed to say the word sell in education, but we're salespeople. I'm a salesperson. To sell a particular program or a degree, I've started doing that for my fitness. Like, I now have rack cards for fitness. I've become really skilled at setting up a booth or a table for my higher education job. And now I have a fantastic table set up for my fitness. So like, I'm building skills. I'm learning how to network in places that I feel, I don't want to say like awkward. I never really feel awkward. I can talk to anybody. And I honestly think that's because of my higher ed job. I will and can talk to anybody. I manage a lot of personalities, and you're sort of this unbiased third party. Like, I'm able to remain objective, which is really cool. What else has it? I wrote down, I've learned to communicate with confidence, lead diverse groups, organize large events, solve problems on the fly, market programs, build meaningful relationships. All of that has come from my higher ed. Now, do I think that fitness has influenced it over time? Absolutely. I can tell it hasn't happened in a while because I teach pretty much every day, but I can tell when I haven't had enough of the fitness interactions. Like, I need one to perform the other. Like, they kind of go hand in hand. I I like having the fitness profession also to be able to pick and choose what I say yes to in the higher ed realm. Doesn't always work out the way that I want it to. I have to be a little bit flexible on both ends. But for the most part, I'm able to balance the two. And for my clients, my schedule, I figure out my schedule so much more quickly than I think I would if I was just doing fitness, because I have to consider what's happening in my other job and I plan out 6 months. So I'm able to figure out my fitness schedule pretty quickly and able to share it long in advance, which is really nice. Okay. Reason number 4, you can invest more in your business. If you're not worried about making ends meet with the number of people who are coming to class, and you really can't determine how many clients you'll have or if any clients are going to put you on pause, you can invest more. So I'm able to take everything that I've earned in fitness and keep it in the fitness business. Like, I'm not using it to write myself a paycheck. I'm using it to invest back in the business, whether it's through equipment or tools or more education, or I don't know, I can put a little bit more into the themes and I can teach at different places. Like, I don't have to say no when I want to teach somewhere because I'm probably not going to make money there. I have taught in locations where even though I charge a hefty ticket price, I walk away with making nothing. But I can make those decisions based on what I like and not out of desperation for how much I need to make. And that's really cool. I can also afford different technology that I probably wouldn't be able to if I was only relying on my fitness income. Okay, reason number 5, you can avoid burnout. We don't talk enough about that. Being a fitness instructor can be physically demanding, even if you're not doing the workout. So for a lot of my classes, I do the workout with them, but like boot camp, I'm constantly watching, assessing, figuring out what people are doing, learning, and it is a lot. And if I did only that, the burnout would be real. I'm not saying one is better than the other. This is just, I'll do a whole other podcast on reasons to quit your job. I'm happy to look at both sides of the coin because I think they're both relevant and important, but it's so easy to overbook yourself. When I have time off from my higher ed job, I'm doing like 3 classes a day because I can. If I did that all the time, oh my gosh. Now, would I? Probably not. I'd probably learn eventually to pace myself, but it would be very easy to say yes to, yeah, I could do a 9 o'clock, an 11 o'clock, a 1 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, a 4 o'clock, a 5 o'clock. Why not? What else am I doing? Crazy. Reason number 6 to stay in your corporate job while pursuing your side gig, you can take a creative risk. Like I was saying before, there are some partnerships that I have where I really don't make any extra money. Like, even if you're like, well, the ticket price is XYZ, yeah, but I'm giving it all back to that organization, or I'm using it to promote, or I'm purchasing this piece of equipment that I didn't have before. Like, you can take a few more creative risks and not worry about like, is this going to end my business? Is this going to damage my business? Like, you have room to experiment, and that's kind of nice. I could also just go take a class or invest in a new format. Like, I've invested in formats that I don't teach anymore, and I'm not been out of shape about it because I don't feel like I lost money. I invested in it and I learned something from that certification. So even if I'm not currently doing it, I still feel good about it. Reason number 7, this one's interesting. Every career can support the same mission. So I would like to look at it as though I don't have 2 careers, but I do often say I have 2 full-time jobs, which is sort of true. Like, if we're talking for real, it's sort of true because I do kind of have 2 full-time jobs. But I have one core mission. I want to help people become the best versions of themselves. And when I think about that core mission, that's true in all of the work that I get into. And it's a good reminder when I'm in my corporate setting and people ask me to join a task force or a committee or whatever. If it doesn't support that mission, it makes it so much easier to say, no, thank you. So look at it that way. If you have more than one gig going on, think about your mission. What is your value, your goal? What is your mission in general? And can both of those things support it? And if yes, keep your job. Keep your job. Keep your job. All right, we're almost there. Number 8, reasons to stay at your corporate job instead of just quitting it all to support your passion. You get to stay authentic. I don't look at clients with dollars. I don't consider dollar amounts. I do get criticized for not charging what I'm worth, which I do. I do not charge very much per class. But I build relationships with people. I'm really good at building community. I'm really good at creating space for people. I'm really good at providing a good place where you're learning, you're growing, you're challenged, but you're also supported. Like, I'm very skilled at that, and I know that about myself. And I'm able to be that authentic self without worrying. Like, for example, I have clients that are related and they go on a vacation, and all of a sudden 4 of my classes have 2 fewer clients. Instead of thinking about, oh my gosh, that's XYZ amount I'm not earning that I'm used to earning, it's like, well, dang, have the best vacation ever. Cannot wait to see you when you get back. Like, it allows me to stay authentic to myself, the values that I have, without worrying about X amount of clients equals X amount of dollars. And I also have the opportunity to teach what I genuinely love. Like, I'm not just chasing trends. I'm not teaching 27 Pilates classes because Miley Cyrus said that Pilates was amazing. I think Pilates is amazing too, so I do teach Pilates, but I don't feel trapped. Like, I have to continue to teach this because it's what's trendy and that's what people are paying for. There is a little delicate balance between providing what people want, like finding out what they want and giving it to them. That's marketing 101. But I can also teach like what I like to teach, like high fitness. I love to teach high fitness, and I would teach it if 2 people came because I love it. It's a little harder with 2 people. And I do have a good following for that right now, but I would still teach it because I love it. And I don't feel like I have to give it up because people are saying like, oh, cardio is dead. It's not dead in my community. It's not. Okay, number 9, you can build a sustainable business. There are fitness professionals that I started with almost 20 years ago who are no longer teaching because they're burnt out. It's all that they did. I know people that opened group fitness studios and they crashed and burned. And they were so worried about monetizing, overhead, all of those things. And I've been able to sustain my business for almost 2 decades using this method of working in 2 spheres. And there's something to be said about that. So even though my gut is like, girl, go for it. Girl, I want to quit. Go quit. I know you want to quit. Something about this has been working. And the last reason, and this is probably the most important one, reason number 10 for not rushing to quit your corporate job in pursuit of your passion career, is that success is not one size fits all. It's just not. It doesn't have to be this or that. It can be a combination. You can be a greedy little biatch. That's okay. You're allowed. You're allowed to be a little greedy and want it all. I want it all. And that's okay. That's okay. I will tell you, things ebb and flow. When my higher education professional career was going and I was climbing the ladder and I got my director role, my fitness stuff took a back seat. And now my fitness stuff is at the forefront of my mind, and I'm not worried about climbing a ladder in that corporate sphere. I'm just sustaining. I'm just showing up, collecting the paycheck, doing my best, going home on time, not worrying about it when I leave. Those things will ebb and flow, and that's up to you to decide which one you're giving a little more energy to and where your energy is best utilized. For me right now, it's in fitness. And I have the other job because it allows me to do this job. And that's the bottom line for that. That's the bottom line. Okay, so if you are seeing all this messaging and you're getting served all these videos of like people quitting their corporate jobs and like, the ladder, we don't need a glass ceiling because we're not even in the room. I love that. It's not a one size fits all thing. It's not a competition. You don't have to feel embarrassed for having multiple jobs. Like, pop off. I mean, If it's working for you, make it work for you. And that is like the biggest lesson to walk away from this. It's not one size fits all. If it's working for you, make it work for you because you deserve that. You deserve that. All right. So maybe instead of asking, how can I quit my job? This is really just for me. You're just here listening to this inner dialogue I'm having. I'm going to ask, and I'm going to have you ask, how can my current job help me be better at my dream? Oh, reframe the conditions and play in that sandbox for a little while and see what comes of it. Like, this stuff gets me fired up. And if this gets you fired up and you're in this space of between two places and you want to talk more about it, y'all know I'm a life coach, right? Like, this is my jam. I love talking about values and I love talking about what fuels you and what gets you moving and what keeps you authentic. Hit me up. I would love to coach you on that topic because that is near and dear to me. And I want to help you realize what is the best course for yourself because you deserve it. You deserve it. All right, my friends, that is our podcast for the week. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tell me all the things, reach out for a coaching session, check out the Secret Life of a Fit Pro blog, and don't forget to check out the Tuesday Tea. It's a good one this week. All right, I will see you next time. Bye.